All right, guys. Final hand here. Final couple of hands. I wanted to talk real quick about this main event. Some things to point out. Micheal, the grinder Mizrachi, by the way, I haven't met him before in person. Most pros, when I met him, they're real assholes, to be honest with you. Mike was a genuinely, you could tell he's just a cool dude. And I talked to him for a little bit once a few years ago playing cash. And yeah, really good dude. So from what I've seen and talked to him, just you can tell when someone's genuinely a nice person. So anyway, I want to show this
Some
real quick.
stuff out there, of course. There
Talk
is
about
with
these
the
last
King of
couple hands
Clubs,
here.
9. Check down all the way to the river. We cannot fold. Grinder rallies
Mizrachi's
his rail.
bluffing
Big
here.
bluff. And it looks like Waz is going to put the mute button on him here as he finds the call.
Now you can see there he was cheering on the crowd. He was like raising his hand. He didn't quite catch it there, but he was raising his hand. And that comes into play later.
I don't think I've
But he was
ever
like getting
seen
the
somebody
crowd
rally the
all
rail
into
that
it as he
well.
was bluffing.
I haven't either.
Now one of the things
That was
I thought
quite
was pretty
something.
cool is he does the same thing a little
Almost
later.
leveraging them to 12th man
So let's
effect.
go ahead and
Oh my goodness.
it's the next hand here. See if it shows it. Yeah, there we go.
That was
He goes, "Come on,
that
guys,
was a
just
sort
cheer
of
on the crowd."
enthusiasm generally.
And
A man with
I
an
got
eye
a
patch,
feeling
a
that
sword, and a plank
Waz didn't like
for his
that.
fourth.
No idea why, but I got a feeling he just didn't like that. So he just
They
snap
should
called
get
him.
together.
A little too emotional. And then the very next hand here was raises.
Ace and the 9 plus the button getting together.
See Mizrachi calls. Everything's pretty standard.
Mizrachi defends the suited combo and finds a flush
Now he gets
draw.
top 2 pair, and I really prefer Waz to bet this. There's a lot of draws out there that Mizrachi will call with. A lot of pairs, you know. So I really prefer bet here.
For the grinder.
Now Mizrachi's check again is beautiful because then he definitely doesn't put him on any kind of flush. Now, I think this is kind of emotional. Waz goes ahead and bets.
10 mil from
Should have done it a street before, in my opinion. But there he goes again.
He's doing it again, Ollie.
He's like getting him to cheer it. The difference is this time he's kind of putting his hands up, like raise, raise, raise. And he wasn't doing that before when he was cheering on the crowd. So I noticed that right off the bat, a little bit different. So a little more excited here. So different than when he did as a bluff. So I would probably take that into account if I was Waz. And say, hey, this is what he did before. But I thought this was a really slick move by Mizrachi. He does the same thing he does as a bluff, and now he does it here. And Waz didn't like it. He was trying to talk smack talk to Mizrachi, which was stupid because Mizrachi, I'm sure, is much more experienced. It's obvious he's more experienced in dealing with that kind of stuff. So he raises it up to 30. And you'll see he just insta shows, right? Insta shows. So I want to talk about this real quick. This insta shove is horrible. What is Mizrachi calling with? What is he calling with? And he check raises like that. What is he calling with? If you go ahead and shove, what is he calling with? I mean, he's calling with a flush. I don't think Mizrachi is calling with 2 pair. I don't think. I mean, he just gives it more thought. I don't think anything. This is one of those classic scenarios where only better calls. And if only better calls, you got to realize when you're betting, you want value from worse, or you're trying to bluff. Well, here he wants value from worse / kind of protection. But if you bet and the guy snap calls you and he only better is calling, only a flush is calling, I really believe only a flush is calling. If Mizrachi has a pair or 2 pair, he probably folds to this shove because Waz can easily have a flush. So this is kind of just like going with your hand. I think he was on tilt. Waz didn't like the whole raising his hand, doing that. I think that kind of tilted him. I think it was an emotional snap call. He didn't even think about it. Didn't even think about it. He just snap call. I got tip 2. I'm just snap calling. And not only is he just calling, I mean, calling I get, but he shows. And if you're shoving, what's calling you? If you're shoving, what are you worried about? You're trying to protect from a club? He's probably not calling with just a club. So I don't get it. Mizrachi didn't prove that pre. He doesn't have like ace king with the king of clubs or king queen with the king of clubs. I mean, I just feel like this insta shove is one of the classic, which I see a lot from inexperienced players, which is They just reshove to protect their hand. They don't even give thought to is worse calling here. And I don't think worse is calling. I think only better is calling. So I don't like his shove at all with the ace nine. And then we know what happens. Mike ends up winning it. But I just wanted to point that out. I thought that was number one, really slick with what Mizrachi did while raising his hands twice as a bluff, and then when he had it. And then I thought the shove by Wozniak is horrible. Only better is calling there. I don't like it. I mean, if it he could have bet the flop, and then maybe if the turn plays out differently, fine. But as played, when you bet and he raises you, and you bet three bet, that is so strong. What is calling you? Only a flush is calling you. So this shove is horrible in my opinion, and shows Wozniak is actually not a very good pro, and he made millions of dollars. So that was it. Thought I'd point that out.